Welcome back to West Ham Unofficial. I hope you are all well. It's just finished at the London Stadium. West Ham 2, Southampton 3. Oscar came on the preview this morning. A lot different to what you expected.
Very much, yeah. I am ridiculously optimistic. Said 1-0. Not really expecting to win. Happy. I think there are both teams' second goals. In my eyes, a little bit dodgy, but a win's all that matters, and away from home against West Ham, that's really good.
Yeah. I'm just going to get up what actually the minutes and all of that happened in the game. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with West Ham. I'm sure this man can explain it. Talk to me, James.
Not good enough, mate. Shambolic defending. Lack of cutting edge in the first half. And 3 stupid goals to give away. Yeah.
Firstly, the lineup, James, did anything surprise you in a bad way?
Not really. I think Antonio deserves a bit of time on the bench. He come on, he made an impact, which is what we want to see. He hasn't made an impact in the last 5, but he made an impact today. Arthur, I don't know why people keep persisting with this geezer. Not good enough. He's been here 6 years. He's done nothing in 6 years apart from spit out a Wigan player. And even that, he managed to get off target. Do you know what I mean? He's not good enough as a left back, and he needs to be out this door as fast as possible. And that's not a dig. That's just a fact. He's just not good enough. Obviously, Dawson and Diop was the only ones we got. Kafal. People could say Ben Johnson. It's a toss-up, really. Suchek Rice. Front 4 was interesting, but then Pablo Fornells, mate. Listen, I'm not his biggest fan, but this year he has grown on me a little bit, and I thought, you know what? After the Liverpool game, I thought I'm starting to believe that this geezer's the real deal. Since the Liverpool game, he's gone downhill massively since his missus had a baby. And there's no joke, and he can't pass the ball. His weight of pass is gone. He's fallen over. He's going back to the Pablo Fornells that I remember when he first arrived. Vlasic was a good from the start in spells, but yet again he gets hooked at half time. It's just not good enough for a £33.5 million player. And then Bowen and Ben Rama, who I've got to admit, they was quiet in the first half. Second half they livened up. But yeah, the team selection was ideal, I thought, but how wrong I was. Shocking.
Yeah. And so 10 minutes, Southampton were 1-0 up. Oscar, how were you feeling then? I mean, my stream packed up on 8 minutes, and I didn't see the goal in the end. But I saw it went 1-0, and to be honest, in the run of form we were on, it didn't surprise me. What did you make of that?
Couldn't really believe it. Really, I didn't. I still wasn't positive at all. Still thinking the form we've got, losing points from winning positions. I was thinking, that'll be gone soon enough. You win 2-1, something 3-1. But I was very surprised we managed to hold on till half time, really.
Yeah. Half time substitutions, Moyes was very brave, James. He brought on Antonio and Lanzini for Vlasic and Fornells. I thought Fornells deservedly came off. I think he was poor. For £33.5 million, he wasn't the £33 million player, but I thought he was one of our better players in that first half. Nikola Vlasic. I mean, there wasn't much standard set, but I thought he was one of the better players. I thought he was unfairly taken off at half time, personally. I mean, he didn't do anything impactful, but you're never going to get it from 45 minutes there, 20 minutes there. You've got to give this guy, like we did with Ben Rama in the end. We've got to give this guy 90 minutes. He's had he's had 190 minutes at West Ham in the Premier League against United.
No, he didn't. He come off on the 60th minute against United, mate.
Oh, well, there you go then.
Hasn't played.
Give this guy 90 minutes, but I've got to admit, Lanzini came on for 20 minutes. He looked lively. Then he looked lost for the rest of the second half, I thought.
It's an hard one with Vlasic because, as you know, and Daya, me, we've both said that I just don't think he's worth the money that is written, and we pay a lot of money out for a player who's just doing okay. and he needs to be doing better than okay. I agree to a little point with you about Vlasic. Maybe I would give him till the 60th minute mark and see Antonio, Vlasic, Bowen, Benrahma and see how that would have went. But he done the subs, and it was like an instant impact, so to speak. Do you know what I mean? So in a way, it worked. But today will be more about our defensive play. Like, I don't like to. We'll get onto it in a minute, but Vlasic, £33.5 million, and Lanzini's getting on or getting in front of him. Questions need to be asked, I'm afraid.
Oscar, we went into the second half and we scored just 4 minutes into the second half from Antonio header. It was close for offside. Wasn't given offside. The goal was given. What were you thinking at 1-1?
Here we go again. Really, I think I said in the preview, Antonio always scores against us, and I was like, oh, there you go. You got his goal against us. So yeah, it was same old really at 1-0, but then obviously we got the slightly controversial penalty, in my eyes anyway, but brought it back. But yeah, really just if as a Southampton fan, if you get into a winning position, the immediate mindset it flicks to, right, when are they going to score? When are we going to lose these points from winning positions? Because we've lost, so it's something like 25 more points from winning positions than the second worst. So it's just, but yeah, I was very, very surprised that we managed to hold on to that, really.
Yeah, the penalty then. There's two different ways you can look at it. I'm going to say that it was clumsy from Dawson. Yes, it was, but who was the person that put him in that position? It's a Diop, I'm afraid. You know, it is what it is. He got turned where he should have at least played a tactical foul and put in his head, right, I'm going to put Dawson in a really, really bad position here. And you know, we know Dawson ain't got any pace, and I think Diop should have done more. It was clumsy from Dawson, yes it was, but questions have got to be asked. I've always said he's a liability, James. What did you make of the whole penalty malarkey?
Shambolic defending, mate, and that's what I'll be putting on E20 in a little while. I'll go on there and let loose. Shambolic, mate. I know you like Craig Dawson, mate, but Craig Dawson is not the future of West Ham United Football Club. And I know Issa, I've been praising Issa, but Issa's lost his way and all, which is a worry, right? We need a centre half, if not two, in January. No, don't worry about Kirk Zuma. Worry about keeping us in the top 10 at the minute, because the way we are going, we are dropping like a stone. It is clumsy defending, but what am I expecting from a £2.2 million player? Because the value don't lie. Do you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, and then yeah, Issa does sod it up a little bit, but Craig should be experienced enough to go, you know what, I'll just bring him down because I ain't going to get there. But he's staggering. And in the end, their striker actually falls into Dawson to get the penalty, right? Yeah. So really, you can say he's sort of bought the penalty in a way because he's stumbling and he's basically stumbled into Dawson and in the box, and they've given it as a penalty. And let's be honest, it's a good penalty. When Ward-Prowse steps up, he don't very really miss. And 2-1.
Yeah. Oscar, from your perspective, what did you think?
In my eyes, as a Southampton fan, I don't think that's a penalty. I think that's a free kick. The foul for me is outside the box, and then because Brozier, he has no control of the ball. He's already fallen over, and then he kind of just falls over Dawson's leg almost. But Dawson makes the foul where he's pulling him. I think he was pulling him back outside the box. So I think that's a free kick, and especially the fact that the ref then goes over to the monitor and awards the penalty. I found that very bizarre. And even as a Southampton fan, where I'd be biased, I still don't think that's a penalty.
Fair enough. I looked at it and thought, yeah, he's already falling over. I can see why he gave it as a penalty, but you know, and Andy says it here. Don't want to make excuses. We was poor, but yet again, we were talking about the ref VAR not showing Kevin Friend the right angle. Exactly, he was shocking. I'm done. Vlasic should have stayed on for me. Unlucky at the end, says Frano. Absolutely disappointed today. Kevin Friend is a joke, never a penalty. Yeah, I thought it was a free kick, and they slowed it all down, and you could see where in the box he was halfway down, and Dawson's leg was like almost touching with his leg, and I thought, of course he's going to give out his penalty. To be fair, I mean, look at the decision rate when they're told to look at the monitor. I don't think I've watched one football match where they've gone to the monitor and not reversed their decision. It's just what happens. They go to the monitor, there we go.
The problem is we can't blame the ref. I know people say Kevin Friend, but where is our centre halves? Don't worry about the ref today. Worry about our centre halves, because our centre halves are all over the shop. Dawson, all over the place. Like, he's falling over before he's even got to Broja. Do you know what I mean? Issa Diop out of position. So we can all say about the penalty and Kevin Friend and VAR, say it's a conspiracy. But let's have a look at both our centre halves. Both our centre halves, even for their third goal, where are they? Nowhere to be seen again. So it's an issue, massive issue there. Is it a penalty? For me, he's out of control. He's falling all over the place. He's fell into him in the box. I think if that's for us, we're all crying for it.
Oh, yeah.
100%. So, and let's be honest, I think every Southampton fan, apart from Oscar here, will probably go, I would want it as a penalty. So, I don't look at the VAR and the ref. I look at our centre half today, 100%.
Yeah, these run of games it's a Diop's opportunity now, and how much did we pay for him? 23 million quid 3 years ago, whenever it was, 20 odd million quid, and he was way pulled out of position, and then he turns like the Titanic. Honestly, it's like he turns like this, and it takes him about 5 seconds to turn and run back again, and I've never took a particular liking and went, what, that guy is going to be a Rolls Royce of a centre back. He's shown spells at times. Dawson was clumsy, but he shouldn't have been put in that position to start with. A £23 million centre back put a £2.2 million centre back in a very, very bad position. But let's take some comments up. The Saints, and I didn't go to the game this year, as we never win away at West Ham until today. There we go. Forster's time wasting from the 12th minute. Walker Peters done 2 tactical fouls on Bowen. It makes his afternoon a lot more uncomfortable. Desperately need a new centre back in January. Get Diop and Yarmolenko out for the money. Then get someone like Tarkowski or Ake. Lanzini offered nothing. Vlasic should have stayed on a lot longer. Yarmolenko wouldn't make a National League side. Embarrassing. I completely agree. Penalty wasn't very clear, but it looked as if he was pulled down. Fornow's name was barely mentioned. Disappointing. Yeah, that's one thing we haven't discussed. James Declan Rice is missing against Watford, and I think Dad said I think Souček needs to be put on the bench as well. Play Crow and Lanzini in them positions. I mean, Souček yet again nowhere to be seen.
It's got so many deadwood players at this club, and I've said it on every transfer window I've done with you, lad. I've done it with you from January, from the summer. We have got too many players who are blagging a living at West Ham United Football Club. Blagging it. Masuaku, right? Yarmolenko, to name 2 of them straight away. Where is Alex Crow now? It's getting a bit of a joke now. I understand giving this man time, but we're giving him, we ain't giving him no time. It's a massive issue. I want to see some money spent in January. 100%. There's no excuses now. Daniel needs to get his wallet out and his massive checkbook and start putting some zeros on the end of these transfers, because we need players urgently. Because we are just. And David, if the owner gives him the money and David Moore doesn't spend it, I want everyone to go at Moyes, because Moyes should know that we need players. Why does he keep persisting with Arthur Masuaku? I'm sorry, but he hasn't done nothing in 6 years, and people we think Moyes is going to change him. He might be decent, Moyes, but he's not the Messiah. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, we need some players in. Souček, it's an issue there with Souček and Rice. I think they've been found out now. I think they were so good together as a pair. Now I feel that they've been found out, and teams know how to work round. If you take Rice out the game and leave Souček isolated, he's not very good defensively. And I had a discussion with Charlie Walsh about this, and I'll make Charlie Walsh 100% right now. I never used to agree with Charlie Walsh on this, but he used to say, you know what, he's not a very good player, James. Right? He's not a very good passer of the ball either. And I think Souček's good in certain games, but then sometimes he just goes missing completely.
Yeah, Kral's got to play more. I mean, I think somebody said, I mean, he must be really, really bad in training for him to just be not getting any game time, because Souček, he's just, he's lightweight on the ball. If, you know, I think teams have worked out if you get two players near him, you can nick the ball off him easy. He's clumsy. And I say goodbye to European football next year, and goodbye to Rice. Every time we put in these bad performances, and I don't like to say it, it feels like Declan Rice is one step closer to that door, but, you know, it's what it is. Paul, hope you are well. Evening, lads. Decisions go against teams, but you can't be conceding 3 at home to Southampton. Hope you had a lovely Christmas. I agree. Thank you very much for coming in, Paul.
Thank Paul, 100% right there.
Moyes has said Yarmolenko will be with us until the end of the season because of his European experience. We are bringing no one in January. See, and even Oscar's face at that comment sums it up. But let's move on. Past the penalty, and we scored just 3 minutes later through Saïd Benrahma. It was 2-2. Topsy-turvy game, and we were back a level again, Oscar.
Yeah, that was a pretty good goal. I mean, I don't know how you guys saw it. I'm probably biased on this one, but I thought there was a foul in the build-up. I can't remember who it was on, but that put I think about 3 of our players out of position and allowed you guys to counter. I think Bowen did well, and I don't know how Benrahma's waltzed into the box almost unmarked, finished like that. Yeah, so can't remember what minute that was in, but it was much 64. Like when you guys equalised for the first time, it was, oh, here we go again. I'm going to score 3-2 West Ham. But yeah, I've said it a lot of times now, just utterly surprised and delighted that we managed to hold on to 3 points and score the 3rd goal.
Yeah. James, for that goal, I thought Benrahma was, to put it blatantly, not very good in the first half. Came out second half, and I thought he looked a bit more lively, and he was in the right place, right time. Fantastic ball into the box from Bowen. You don't realise how he had to get that and cut back and get that perfectly. You know, there was no room for error because there were Southampton bodies everywhere, and a cool, calm, collected finish from Saïd Benrahma.
He's got it in him, mate. I keep saying this. He does make that run a hell of a lot of times, but no one seems to look for him. Finally, Bowen see that run, put it into him, and he don't miss from there. Not one touch. He's a very, very good player. First half, I agree, he was quiet, but they all were. Let's be honest, the front four, all 4 of them were rubbish, really. But it's a great finish. And I've got 6 to go on that bet. But I'm gutted because, in a way, he's come on, right? Or not come on. He has come on to a point. He's got better over the last sort of couple of games, but now he's gone. He's gone to the African Cup of Nations now, and now we've got to reassess it again. And good goal, good finish. About time he scored a goal, really, if I'm honest. It took him long enough. Last goal he scored was against Manchester United in September. We're now in December. And, yeah, 2-2. And I thought to myself, you know what, we can go on and win this now. And then we all know what happens next.
Well, I mean, we've got two big and winnable games in the next week, but to be fair, we thought this game was extremely winnable today, but, you know, it is what it is. At the end of the day, lads, the Premier League is a dead league. We all know who the top 5 will be. They have all spent the most money. The rest of us make up the numbers, lose some, win some, draw some. Exactly. Yarmolenko is so good for Ukraine, but you're terrible at club football. Couldn't even start at Scunthorpe, for crying out loud. Simon, hope you are well. Do you think Fab needs to be dropped, James?
What did he really do wrong today?
Well,
the penalty.
He weren't saving that.
He weren't saving that.
No.
The header for the winner. I think it's more defensively than it is him. The first goal's a good goal. I've got to admit, their opener was a very, very good goal from their lad, cut inside, bottom corner. I don't think he's done anything really, when you look at it, them goals today ain't Fab's fault. It's more defensively. So I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, Oscar. So the third goal were Jan Bednarak in the 70th minute. Then did you begin to hope that you could hold on?
There was a little bit more than there was previously, but I mean, you guys were, I don't know, but I thought that you guys were very, very poor. If you're trying to, like, I can't remember who it was, but someone took a shot from about 40 yards out or something, went miles over.
There's a while ago that was.
Yeah, there were some poor crosses, and I mean, if you're trying to get a late equaliser, I don't know why you're shooting from sort of 35 yards. You just got to, I mean, not Southampton, not that hard to really break down. Not like not rock solid at the back. Can be pretty shaky sometimes. So I just don't know what the thinking was going into those shots. And Yarmolenko put a really terrible cross in that went over. And yeah, you guys were just really very poor in added time and in the last 10 minutes. So.
Yeah, bang on. Talking about should Fabianski be dropped, been so good for us since he joined, but Arioli needs games because he won't be playing until March for Europa League games. Could play the FA Cup games, but Fabs might be dropped soon. He hasn't done too much wrong. If Zuma and Oggy was playing, we wouldn't have let that third go in, and Zuma or Ogbonna wouldn't have been that far forward and caught out like Diop was, and they wouldn't have been so clumsy as what Dawson was for the penalty and for that as well. So many goals this season we wouldn't have conceded if Ogbonna and Zuma was there, but you know, it's what it is. Afternoon, Luke. Hope you are well. Sarcastic as always. Well, give him 90 minutes. Give him 90 minutes. Give him something. I mean, come on. He wasn't our worst player. Did anyone think Yarmolenko was going to do anything when he came on? I saw him coming on. I thought, yeah, it's the last roll of the dice. We all know he ain't going to do anything. But if Ben Rama could have stayed on, could he have done something? Who knows? We don't know at all. But final thoughts, Oscar. Southampton take 3 points back to St Mary's. Thoughts?
Yeah, very, very good win. Regardless of form, in my eyes, West Ham are still a pretty strong side, especially up there, which we never, ever seem to win. I remember going to a couple of games, losing both of them 3-0. But I think that's a hard-fought win, and I don't know what you think, but I think probably, on balance, probably deserved to get 3 points, probably because you guys just weren't good enough. But yeah, that's a really, really good win. Hopefully, we can push on and push up the table.
Yeah, James, I think we could have maybe nicked a point, but you know, it would have been robbing it slightly. Your final thoughts, James, before I let you go?
We've got major problems, mate. If I'm being honest, defensively all over the place. It's one of them games, really. Right, we haven't turned up. They've turned up. I don't know when the last time Southampton scored 3 goals away from home. Not for a long, long time, I don't believe. But we've got a lot of in-house problems now. Like Arthur Mazawarka's a left back. I'm sorry, but if I can see it, you can see it, Daya can see it, everyone in your chat can see it. Why can't David Moyes see it? I've got no idea. We need Cresswell back in this team as soon as possible. We need a centre half in January, and I believe now it's game over for top 4. That's it. That's good night. You can't go and afford to lose games like that if you're fighting for top 4. So now we've just got to concentrate on finishing the top 6 and enjoy the Europa League. And I think if someone said to us right now, we can get where we're trying to get to a Europa League final and finish, say, 8th, I think we'd all take that at present. But we need signings. We need Yarmolenko out this club. We need Mazawarka out this club. We need players who should be first teamers. Centre halves, and we need to freshen up, really, right? And we need it fast because we are dropping like a stone at the minute. No Declan Rice for Watford, which is a major blow now because, let's be honest, he's the engine in our machine, basically. And yeah, No Ben Rama. He's going to the African Cup Nations. I don't know what we're going to do against Watford, mate, but we need something. Moyes needs to really have a deep think about his left back situation and basically in all of them, not just like Fornells. What's happened to Fornells? Like he was everyone's favourite son, and he's just fallen off an edge of a cliff. And need to do something against Watford urgently.
Yeah. Let's take some last couple of comments. Gary says, shocking game. I've never walked out early. I did today. James saying, thank you very much. Great channel, Jake. Happy New Year to all the Hammers and at the same soft for a celebratory drink. Oh, dear. Let's have a look here. Disappointed to say the least. Top 6, you're having a laugh. Why did he take Benny off? I think it was the last roll of the dice. I would have left Benny on because we all know Yarmolenko will do nothing, but it was the last roll of the dice. But it's what it is. Yarmolenko desperately out now. Joke taking off Benny. Well, there we go. It's done now. And hopefully Nikola Vlasic can get 90 minutes, and then we can see, and then we can assess what he can do, because we give it to every other player, so why can't we give it to Nikola Vlasic? Get off his back, Steve. Get off his back just for one game. Let him have 90 minutes and let's see what he can do. Then we can assess things, because that's what we did with Ben Rama. That's what we did with other players. Let's do it with Vlasic. Thank you very much for watching. Moyes out, Mancini in. Oh, God. Can't believe I've blown out on a West Ham win or draw. Happy Christmas, everyone. Anyway, Oscar, thank you very much for coming on.
Cheers, Jake.
Thank you very much. And James, thank you very much as always. You check out his review on E20 Zone TV shortly, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll be over there, mate.
See you next one. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.